All right, guys, episode 22, and yeah, you'll notice that the background is different. It's because I was able to actually drive this thing home yesterday. I've put about 25 miles on it, and yeah, a lot of work, and I'm quite proud of this thing. So some things that I noticed that I shouldn't be surprised of is that when you switch the axle ratio to what I did, it becomes a little bit less of a highway truck and way more of a quote unquote drag truck. So yeah, there's no way that this thing is fast. It's quick, but I'll tell you, if you guys are looking to build a truck that's gonna do the highway and stay under 3,000 RPMs at 75 miles an hour, don't do what I did. Because even with these taller tires, this thing is screaming bloody murder going down the road at 60 miles an hour. I mean, we're at 60, we're already doing 3,000. So I built what I would call an awesome autocross truck. This thing is going to take off the line. It's going to pull itself out of corners, and just cruising through town, it's awesome to, you know, to take off and have it, you know, and have it go. But I don't think this is going to make it to Ohio without stopping at every gas station. I mean, 3,000 RPMs at 60. And the throughway is usually like 75 miles an hour. I'm going to be tacking like 4,000 RPMs the whole way there. So I'm going to say that this thing was not designed to go on those kinds of long trips, I guess. Even with the taller tires in the rear. I mean, I could only imagine if I had gone with some, you know, some low profile tires or whatnot, that it would have to be worse. I mean, the autocross tires that I'm running are 225 50R15s. So on the autocross track, this thing's gonna be screaming bloody murder. I might even just leave the rear tires on it just to try and save fuel. But her maiden voyage was a success. So I'm just bringing her back to my friend's house because he's going to take it to his work and throw an alignment on it. We're just going to tow it. Probably do a zero tow and then see where we're at from there. I did some minor adjustments on the ride height. I thought the front end was a little too low once I got it down and it settled. It's got definitely like a hot rod rake look to it. But I like that. It's different. It's definitely different. A lot of people are all kind of going for one particular look, and since I'm a weirdo and I like to do things differently, I'm gonna go for this look, and it really kind of nails it. I mean, just the profile of it is awesome. The whole goal was to have a ratty looking hard body that performed well in corners and handled well going down the street. And then I wanted to make sure that anything that I put on it accessory wise looked like it was period correct, and I didn't recondition anything. I didn't want it to have a brand new looking roll bar on a rusted out truck. You know, I didn't want to paint the visor. I mean, I did recondition the wheels, but those are going to start looking pretty dingy soon. So yeah, that concludes the suspension rebuild. The brakes are good on it. They feel fine. I threw the Cherry Bomb exhaust on it. I welded up a couple pipes so you can hear it. It's idling. It's a lot quieter than it was in that previous video that I had. She gets loud when you get on her, but she's tame just going down the highway. I'll probably later on have a real exhaust put on this thing, just because, you know, if I am going to take it on any kind of trips, it does boom inside the cab still. But at least it's not as bad as it was before I did the tune-up, because before this thing sounded terrible because it didn't have any power. It sounded awful because of that. All the ignition parts were original, and they had to have over 200,000 on it. I mean, this truck's got about 215,000 miles on it right now. It's got a new lease on life with all this new stuff on it, but just looking at it, you would never know. So yeah, that concludes this part of the build. I mean, I really don't know where else I'm going to go with this other than, you know, start working on an engine at some point. You know, if I even go that far. I'm just going to drive it and enjoy it for right now. So I really appreciate everybody that has followed along since the very first episode. You guys remember how bad this thing was underneath when I was taking the control arms off and had to torch the torsion bars out and bang and beat every bolt out. It's completely different under there now. Everything comes undone by hand. So that's great stuff. I appreciate all the compliments and the words of encouragement, especially in times where things were getting frustrating. Because when you're building something like this and you have a vision in your head and it wants to go one way and you want to go the other, I can understand where, you know, you get frustrated at things like that. And you guys kept me going. So I appreciate everything, and I hope you like the truck. I hope you like what my idea was for it. I wanted something cool, and I wanted something different, and I wanted just a little hot rod that I could just bomb around town with. And here she is. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. You know, I'm always reading the comments here, and I reply to them. So, cool thing is, I posted this on Instagram, and Alana from Roadkill, well, formerly of Roadkill, she liked it on the gram. So that's cool, and it photographs well. It has so many good angles to photograph. So I'm pretty excited. So I'm gonna take this thing back and get it aligned, and then we'll see me out on the road with it starting sometime this week. As I said, I'm probably not going to make Dropped and Destroyed now, just because the gear ratio is going to make it physically impossible for me to drive it out there, and I probably should have known better, but you know, I work with what I got. And I'll be out there in spirit, guys, and as soon as I get the rocker arms on the green truck, I'll start taking that to shows like that, because that's a cool truck too, and that's better geared for highway stuff. This thing is way more of a, I hate to say it, quote unquote race truck now, because of the gearing. So, you know, live and learn. Don't do what I did. If you guys want a regular normal truck that you can drive up and down the road, 437 gears are not the key to that. So, all right guys, I'm tuning out. Leave me a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, and who knows what the next project's going to be on this thing. I still got a few things left on this, so you may see some more videos, but for now I'm going to declare this project done and ready to rock and roll. So thanks again. Take care now.